It's one of those things. This is the top teams, so obviously this is going to be the best of the best. We would hope. Gonna see, you know, the top tier teams here. We're gonna be starting on board with the Paris Letdowns as low pulse. That's dark matter. Is that zombie dark matter? Or is that multiplayer dark matter there?
I think that's zombies. Which reminds me, where's my mini map? Hello?
Yeah, where is that?
That's no fun. But, sorry guys, let us get these mini maps sorted here. Mini map shown.
There we are.
There we go. So that'll help out.
The Chicago Hunted are off to a strong start right now. Senor up by 20.
Oh yeah.
30 seconds into the hard point. Holding spawns for new. Watching the proper rotations. This is a strong start here. Yeah,
I mean, I feel like it always kind of starts this way on Crossroads. Some people have a really slow start and kind of like have to chug along, and once they get like through that first rotation, that's when you kind of see teams starting to put it together. I'm curious to see that they kind of pick it up sooner rather than later, because this map is so scrappy. Sometimes it comes down to 30-40 it comes down to like 30-40 points, and it becomes like so close, and it's like maybe I should have fought for that P1 a little bit sooner.
Yeah, it's one of those things that, you know, holding spawns is great when you're not really fighting for that hard point, but when you don't hold spawns, this is okay. I'm sorry. This is an interesting setup here from Disgusting Justin with the ACOG sight on the Krig there. I have not seen that. Is that the new meta?
That's his thing. I'm pretty sure that's his thing. I think he was on stream yesterday, and I watched him, and that's just the ACOG with that is just really for him. As we hop on here,
on stream yesterday as well, yeah.
Yeah, and so like Eddie Jr. is just kind of holding the last remaining time here. You already have Chicago Hunted pretty much rotated. I don't know if they've secured spawns just yet. As you see, number 2 on the bottom left of your mini map is literally spawning over on ice, kind of hand to hand with Eddie Jr., who was just there. William just takes one out.
Big 3 down there that just went down the side of the Paris.
Yeah, so Chicago has spawns now, but it's going to be interesting to see if they can hold these. Just because it just seems like they're kind of getting hit from every side, and Paris are going to be able to grab some time off of this hill. Not secure spawns just yet, but it looks like they are starting, because you have number 5 and 8, Justin as well as Eddie, just kind of pushing over on that side. And I want to say they're going to take the spawns here.
Yeah, it looks like the Paris Letdowns are about to take the spawns, as you said, and it looks like they have done. Unfortunately, what I was noticing there from the Chicago Hunted was it seemed like they were not just losing the fights in the hardpoint, but they were also the players who were playing in the back to hold those spawns just weren't playing their life properly. It seemed like oftentimes you would see them get picked in a situation where maybe they didn't necessarily have to challenge the way they did, but as I say that, it looks like the Paris Letdowns are going to spawn out, and maybe the Hunted have spawned. Yes, they do, as William is going to spawn there in the back.
Yeah, as we hop on here with Clutch, who's rocking the XM4, I'm curious to see kind of the spread here. We have 2 XM4s, 2 74Us on the side of Chicago, and then you have a Krig, actually, and that's that ACOG Krig that we've been seeing. 2 74Us and an XM4. I guess both teams are pretty well spread out just in terms of AR to sub ratio, as Clutch is still staying alive here on this hill. 8 and 8 with 20 seconds on the hill. So like I said, like Chicago's Hunt has started really hot, and the scoreline is now pretty much tied. So as William gets a disgusting 3-piece.
Yeah, this is William and Bless. You know, you've got these subs holding this fire tank area, this catwalk area, and this is exactly what you want out of your aggressive machine gun players. That was quite the nice 2-piece there from Bless, as he's going to get a 2-piece in fire, taken out by Nate, unfortunately. But I do like the spread. You know, you've got the 2 XM4s, which are very mid-range assault rifles. You know, they kind of remind me of the Maddox from Black Ops 4, but Disgusting Justin, not only is he using the Krig, which is already that long-range laser beam of a gun, but it's got the ACOG on there, and this thing is not recoiling. So, you know, 2 different setups from these teams in regards to ARs, but I like both of them so far. Is that, you know, it's evenly matched. Only a 3-point difference right now in the Chicago Hunted. But
honestly,
Letdowns are going to take the lead.
With the ACOG, it just seems like he's using it very effectively, right? He's using it to watch those really long lanes. And so far, it's been doing pretty well for him. At least to hold down a couple lanes. It's nice seeing some of the subs get like these 2 3-pieces, and it really gives your team a lot of confidence. But at this point, it's like you're going to need to watch some of these guys rotate and make sure that they can securely hold, because the kills are going down. It's just the holds aren't, and that's why the scoreline is so close.
Yeah, and I'd actually be quite interested to see if maybe one of the players on the Chicago Hunted pulls out a Krig, and maybe they pull out a Krig with an ACOG too, because, you know, personally speaking, you're playing as a submachine gun player. If you're getting picked off by somebody, you know, across the map, you don't even have a chance to win the gunfight. You know, it's already hard enough against an XM4. Now imagine a Krig, which is, you know, built for those longer range gunfights with an ACOG. You know, that can be kind of frustrating to play against. You know, Bless is on a 5 kill streak right now. Going
Definitely.
Top cat as well.
And as we're on Bless here, it looked like Chicago had a good control of this point here. And honestly, I think Bless should just play his life because he's so close to streaks. Gets taken out quickly there by the Paris Letdowns, not the Legion. Just a little mistake on my end. Chicago are going to get the rest of this time. I don't think Paris is going to go ahead and push it. As we say, that Clutch is kind of pushing up through to their spawn. William already in the back, trying to take out this guy Low Pulse. He's got help here, so Paris are going to have to need to kind of back this guy up and get the spawns as Bless and Clutch kind of take these guys out. And Chicago should have spawns here and getting ready for this next point.
Yeah, incredibly clutch play, no pun intended there, on the side of Bless and Clutch. As you saw, they pushed for spawns perfectly. They played their lives very well. William just got a 2-piece in the hard point as well. And Paris, they looked like they were perfectly set up for this new hard point, but 4 just went down. They spawned on the other side of the map. Luckily, Crossroads isn't too big of a map. You don't have to travel the Lord of the Rings to Mount Doom, but it's still, you know, you don't want to be losing those spawns right
William
before
with
the hard
another
point pops.
2-piece there.
Oh my goodness.
The sub players on Chicago are just doing a lot of work here. We have Bless with 22 and 11, William 17 and 16, Clutch doing the exact same thing though with this XM4, 17 and 15. So they're doing really well at holding a lot of these angles. So we'll have to see if they can continue to do so, as it looks like Paris are actually going to take these spawns here. I know the map isn't too big, right? And you say that you don't have to run as far, but when you spawn over at P2 and have to run all the way across to the other side of the map, it just feels like so long. As Disgusting Justin just takes out a QBZ with a ACOG.
ACOG, yeah.
Okay, well,
the ACOG seems to be the one working for Disgusting Justin. You know, whatever works. As I always say to my teammates, if you need to pull out, you know, something that's a little unusual, go for it. Back to your point though, I will say the frustrating part of spawning out, especially if you rotate early, is that can kind of tilt you as a player. If you're sitting there and you're like, oh, we just like, who gave up this point or who gave up that point? But also it's just difficult, especially on this 4th hard point here. It is so difficult to break from the front here. As you see, like there is just, it is a shooting gallery right now for the Chicago Hunted, and
so I think
the Paris Letdowns are spawning so far out, but the hardest part is that they have to run into pre-aims.
yeah, as Eddie Jr. picks up another kill here on William, I think a lot of it, you never push that street side, right? You can always push through fire and stuff like that, and Eddie Jr. just having a great time killing Clutch again. So they're just kind of going back and forth here. Eddie and Paris are going to have to try and hold this time as much as possible because Chicago have passed that 200 mark. And from this point forward, it's going to be difficult, especially if you're looking at, you know, P2 holds, P3. Those hills can come and go very, very quickly. And if you're not grabbing any of this initial P1 time, you might just lose it.
Yeah, and I actually quite like this play out of Justin, as he's going to go back up his teammates in the hard point. There are, unfortunately, looks like there's just a couple players stacked in front of them. As I say that, though, 3 are going to go down on the side of the Paris Letdowns, and spawns actually did just flip for the favor of the Chicago Hunted. And unfortunately, I said I liked that play, but when you're stacking up, actually, same thing happened with I believe it was Low Pulse who was in the hard point getting that initial time. He was looking the way that his teammates were running, and so wondering if there's maybe a bit of lack of communication coming in there from the team might have led to the losing of said spawns. But Paris Letdowns spawning far out. William on a 5-kill streak right now, going top cat. Might be another one here. Unfortunately, going to fall there to Pulse, but
at least on the Chicago Hunted side, there doesn't seem to be too much communication errors, right? Bless the rest of the team just being able to pick up kills left and right here and just doing a really good hold. And this is kind of what I wanted to see throughout the match. And as the last 5 points seem to be ticking here. Bless picking up one more kill.
Position to get there. Bless, I believe, with over 2 minutes in the hard point there. Absolutely unbelievable stats there coming in from Bless. 15.
Yeah, 2
with
minutes of heal
nearly-
time
yeah,
for
with
Bless
nearly
as well.
5,000 damage as well. That is a good game out of Bless right there. That is a very, very good game. But
So
we're actually going to see Bless in the final kill cam as well. Chicago Hunted are up 1-0 here in the series.
yeah, so we'll have to see, right? Because these teams voted for these maps. So maybe Paris Letdown, this is their map, and they decide like we can win this map. We've won X amount of maps or X amount of times on this map, or we just know how to play this a lot better.
And you're actually going to see what I would argue is a bit of an unconventional hold here on the side of the Chicago Hunted.
Chicago, yeah.
As they actually have someone all the way street side on B. They did have someone hit through that escalator's area. It's going to get that first blood form, and that's all of a sudden now it's a 1v4. Feel like I blinked and I missed it all, but 1v4 now, and
he's finally able to take one out. So I think what happened there is just people, like I said, people are so used to that default setup where it's like, let me watch back here. There's going to be a guy inside of lobby. There's going to be a guy pushing over by escalators. Like, if you don't see any of those people, like, some players just fall apart. They're like, okay, you just removed my routine and what I'm used to. Now what do I do? So as opposed to like pushing forward, getting the bomb down, and then just covering each other's backs, grabbing each other's trades, it's more like, I guess I'll go this way, you go that way, and then easy trades for Chicago there.
yeah, it's quite shocking how often you can realize, oh wait, the people I expected to be here aren't here. What do I do now?
Correct. So
we're on board with low pulse.
Yeah.
He's got the bomb on a 3 streak, pushing up this left side already, and Paris Letdowns are gonna get first blood. I'm excited. Low pulse is gonna get this 4th kill here on this 4-kill streak, and now is left alone in a 1v2. And this is actually a pretty decent situation for low pulse, as Paris Letdowns are split a little bit, not really close to each other. It looks like they're gonna try and group up a little bit in that mid-map area. Obviously, low pulse does not know that, and
I don't think they
maybe get
spotted
a rapid
him.
B.
So this is something that's kind of rare for me, right? Like when you see somebody just kind of aiming down every site. In Search and Destroy, you're going to want to always push to try and get the 1v1s. It looks like he is going to drop it down over at B, and Paris are just going to rotate over, and it's going to be up to Pulse to try and get these 1v1s on his end, and Paris to not let him, just get their trades here.
Yeah, and Pulse is actually going to get that first kill. Is going to did not know where William was there on the trade there, and unfortunately, while trying to run away, I believe got shot at, is how he found out that where William was is going to fall. So that's going to be a 2-round advantage here for Paris.
Yeah, it was close. Like I said, he split them up, got those 1v1s that he wanted. He just didn't really get the last guy. And sometimes those kind of fights can go either way, especially when you have each other, like people sliding at each other.
Yeah, and I think it's also one of those situations where maybe, took a little bit longer than would have liked on the first kill, meaning, didn't have as much ammo in the gun, tried to reload, tried to regen some health, and just did not have the ability to get that trade. So now 1-1, and, Paris would like to win an offense round here. It's, defense is usually, it's usually about a 60-40 is what is strived for in map balance against defense and offense, and meaning that defense is usually a little bit easier to win. Bless has bomb mid-map here and is getting challenged by 2 players.
Yeah, and they have A control, so
Yeah,
he just needs to get out.
It's one of those, and now with having to wait so long, not knowing where the other team is, they're in a situation where they don't have as much control as they probably would have liked if, bomb could have gone down 10 seconds ago.
Yeah, your team has to tell you, like, hey, I'm pushed up all the way on this side. You come plant the bomb. You just need to get it down, right? You start forcing Chicago to make mistakes. You start forcing Chicago to make their moves and come out of their hiding spots, or their headies or whatever. So that's kind of what they did. It was a little bit longer than I expected it to, but it seems to be working out for them as Paris Letdowns are now in a 2v0 because they finally take out that last guy there.
Yeah, then that's going to be a 2-1 round advantage now for the Paris Letdowns. But that was just one of those situations. Kind of surprised that Bless just pushed mid there is actually quite shocking really just with Bomb, it's one of those situations where you would like to see Bomb be with the team that is pushing onto the Bomb site, you know, but worked out for them there in the end, so can't complain too much, I do suppose. Pulse is having a monster of a game right now. It's 7-2, by the way.
Yeah, he's doing really, and he has Bomb. 3. So he should be spotted there. William's gonna take him out. He just kind of stood there in the middle of the open.
I think Pulse tried to go prone there and got prone blocked.
Pulse probably didn't call that guy out pushing either. I don't know if he just didn't realize it or he's just upset. But
I think this might be one of those situations. I got prone blocked and just is yelling about the prone blocking and did not get a chance to call out to his teammate, or also possibly just didn't see him, didn't look that way. I don't believe. It was a pretty quick round there for the side of the Paris Letdowns. Or actually, rather the Chicago Hunted, as I do believe the team names
are reversed. Yeah, well, you know, that's something that happens here.
Yeah, Codcaster can be a bit fickle sometimes, eh? So
I think it really depends on the maps, but I can't say for sure because technically I should have swapped it, but so we'll see. We'll see how it goes into this next map. As Paris Letdowns are up 3-1 over Chicago. And Bless has been doing pretty well. 2-2 scoreline, but he's been trying at least to kind of make something happen. The only problem is he keeps trying to make it happen mid.
Yeah, it's another one of the situations. Look, there's nothing inherently wrong with hitting that mid lane, but if you look at the minimap right now, there's a very heavy presence for Chicago mid-map, which is also quite surprising, to be honest. It's surprising that you see more players mid than on A, and looks like Bless and the Chicago Hunted here are going to be pushing through A, as opposed to, again, one of those situations. Bomb could have been down a couple of seconds ago, and time that may come back to bite the Chicago Hunted if this round does not go their way.
Yeah, one of their players gets taken out, and it's now a 2v4 for these Paris Letdown boys. We'll have to see if they can just try and grab some picks. You know, Chicago can easily just come in from all angles.
Yeah, this is a very nice pinch that the Chicago have here. Nice. Justin getting it taken down. William is 8-1.
He does have streaks.
Yes.
Picks up another.
And that's 9-1. It's now a 1v2 for Bless. Bless in a good situation here makes it a 1v1. Makes it a 1.
Beautiful.
Wins it. Makes it a 1v none. And that is a 4-1 advantage.
That was a 2v4. That was great on both those guys' ends.
Absolutely beautiful play out of great two pieces, exactly what you want on both there. And again, that is actually rather surprising that that the Paris Letdowns decided to not pinch, but rather to all kind of funnel through that escalator area, as I don't believe anyone was taken down in this, you know, to the right of Bless there in that back apartments area.
So William has streaks here. They have a 3-round lead. This is going to be a huge round for Paris if they can, you know, take this to 5-1. You're in a very comfortable spot, especially when you have streaks. Low's going to get taken out by Clutch there, as Bless also gets taken out by Eddie Jr. We have Disgustin' Justin just sitting in the middle with his ACOG, just making sure that nobody comes through. And it is now a 1v3.
Makes
it gets taken out real
3v
quick.
None.
Yep. So now it's that 5-1 scoreline that I was talking about. You know, you're now in a very, very comfortable place. You have Bomb, you have control of what you want to do, where you want to go, and more than likely, we're going to see these guys push into A because they have those streaks.
Yeah, if I'm the shot caller right now on the, you know, if I believe it's Justin with the streaks, or no, I'm sorry, not Justin. William with the streaks. Mm-hmm. Yes, if I'm William with the streaks right now, four hit A. Get the bomb down and just play streaks.
He only has artillery. He doesn't have the other one, but
well, yeah. Even with that, you can still ping the artillery. You'll know exactly where the other team is. Bless still playing that mid. Actually, on a bit of a streak here, on a 5 streak. I believe maybe 1 or 2 kills away from getting an artillery for themselves. And William is actually going to get another pick here. This is one of those situations. Gonna ping
Gets the ping. He might see himself just die. Yep.
Yeah, his drop shots is gonna take him down mid. Bless looking for that trade.
Clutch picks it up.
Clutch is street.
Yeah, he was. I don't know why he was back there, but I mean, it works out for them, right?
Yeah, whatever works, right? But
did you see him?
See Clutch maybe fall. Yes, indeed. as it's now a 1v1 Bless versus Eddie Jr. here. Eddie Jr. has to win this round for them to keep going, and is not going to do so. Unfortunately, going to fall there as Bless jumps out to 7-2. William had been, like I said, a monster of a game. 10-4 Pulse.
Yeah,
8-6 as well. That was a standout game from Pulse as well.
291 damage per round. That's about 2 kills a round. From you know,
this, you have the ability to get into a position where you can take a gunfight and win it. But as we load into the map, we're going to be starting with the Chicago Hunted.
I believe these are right.
Yes, these
So
are
for
right.
some reason the logo's on top of the name, so
You know,
want to fix it.
Codcaster. Yeah, Codcaster is a little bit finicky, as we learned with the gunfight tournament also, just not being in
And
gunfight.
Drop shots fell off the map? How?
And Justin has the ACOG on the XM4.
Yeah, it's just his
so-
preferred site.
Yeah, it's at this point, I think I've accepted that the ACOG is the best site in the game, and Justin seems very comfortable with it. And we're gonna see Paris is gonna get a tick on A, gonna get halfway through to a second one, but not gonna do, as they go down 4 dead, and they're all gonna be spawning on that right side of the map. As you can see, the map control that Chicago has right now is absolutely out of this world.
Yeah, they have them stuck in this corner here, and it just looks like Chicago are very comfortable with what they're doing right now. And they're going from one side right to the other. And they come in packs, right? You can see them kind of fishing for their prey. And, you know, at this point, they are down, Paris Letdown are down 13 lives. And very, very early. And they've only been able to get 1 tick on that A control site.
Yeah, the Chicago Hunted have become the Chicago Hunters, but the Paris Letdowns just are unable to just make any headways.
And
Justin looks
he
like,
just wasn't having
like,
it. He just, I'm
looks
not
like
going
trying to
down
throw
like
down
this.
looks like trying to throw a trophy. Maybe just got a little bit of button inputs messed up there, unfortunately. But this is just a great map right now out of the Chicago Hunted, as they're just pushing where they want, when they want to, move in herds like a wolf pack, and it's a very, very difficult game right now. Bless is actually 8-1. Might have gotten streaks, because I do believe Bless went out to a 5-kill streak as well. Actually, on a 6 streak rather. And you're gonna see 18 seconds left. There is 2 ticks on B. There's 1 tick on A, and only 14 seconds left, as the Paris Letdowns are actually down to 6 lives. They are gonna get that B point secured, but they're down by, what is that? 18? 15 lives?
They're gonna have to play each one of their lives perfectly. And as I say that, they're out of
cannot
life.
respawn. Yeah.
So this has now become a search and destroy for them, and their only option is destroy.
And this is actually, you're gonna see the Chicago Hunted. I believe they're trying to decap that A area. As actually, no, you'll see Clutch is actually top ring and not decapping it. But as we say that, Chicago Hunted are gonna win that first round. That was tough in the department of map control there for the Paris Letdowns.
Yeah, Chicago very, very comfortable with what they were doing. They were rotating from one site to the other. It's almost like, hey, we kill these guys, just run over to the other side, kill them there, and repeat over and over again. You can kind of tell in the scoreline, right? You have, 1-8, 3-6, and then on the opposite end, you have 8-1, 8-4, 7-3. You have Bless, who we're hopping on board here with, and he has a 6 streak. He's 1 kill away from getting at least an artillery.
Yeah, and I'll be interested to see if they'll push, looking for looking to get him streaks, just gonna have him sit on the point, try not to take too many gunfights, or if Bless doesn't really care. No, it looks like Bless doesn't really care. Wants to take as many gunfights as possible. Who wants to earn streaks by sitting on an objective when you can earn them by gunning? And it looks like that's what Bless is electing to do. Trying to go top laundry here is gonna finally get through that window and hits a little mini flank, and is gonna get the artillery, is gonna fall before getting that rocket. But you've got now Clutch on B, Pulse trying to decap A a little bit here, and Bless pushing up driveway, looking to win that gunfight. Pulse is gonna get it, but this is looking a lot better for the Paris Letdowns here. They've got a good set of map control on B. Unfortunately, not doing what the Chicago Hunted did last round. And when I say that, Chicago Hunted held mid very well last round, where Paris, they did have good control of B, but didn't have anything mid.
This
and
is being
because of
capped
that,
very quickly. There's 4 people on the point here. This
yeah,
is done.
Because of the lack of control mid, they were unable to rotate to A and get that point, get the Chicago Hunted off of the point, causing just, you know, that point to be captured very quickly. As you said, there was a 4 stack on it, and lives are very close right now. It's 20-18 in favor of the Paris Letdowns. Bless is pushing into that top money area, and look at where the rest of the Letdowns are spawning.
Yep.
They're on A. Obviously, the Chicago Hunted don't know that, as they're very, very slow to push, as you never know where the other team might be, but the lives are actually within 1 now. Again,
So we have no X-ray vision. We just have names.
Yeah, you know, wouldn't it be nice if you had that Codcaster map up while you were playing, though?
Just, or at least the names. I wish I could just see the names.
Oh, for sure. But Bless, I don't know how Bless did that. I don't know how Bless did that. I'd be interested to see if Bless elects to use that artillery to break this break this control point here, rather, as they do have a pretty good hold on this due to letdowns. But as I say that, William and Bless push into that kitchen area. They're gonna get some kills. 12-8 now. Pulse is on a 5 streak as well on the point.
That was a disgusting shot by Pulse.
That is not an easy gunfight. I know it looked.
He was getting pre-aimed and everything as he takes a fight that he shouldn't there. Honestly, there comes a point where it's like you have to play for your streaks and just play very, very selfish. Because at the end of the day, getting those streaks are going to help. I'm just not sure if, as William takes out 2 there, if it's going to be enough at this point, right?
Not sure. Yeah, there's actually 2 players on the point right now. There's one holding that mid area that is going to push.
With a nice read.
Yeah, this might go in the favor of the Chicago Hunted, as they have the control right now. Only one person on. Justin gonna get a kill with that QBZ, and it's now all on drop shots in a 1v2, and it looks like the Chicago Hunted is just gonna hop the point. Drop shots gonna take 1 down, is not gonna get the trade. That came down to a 1v1.
That was close.
Remaining. He
could have gotten a 2-piece. If they lined up a little earlier for him, he gets a 2-piece.
Yeah, that's actually just a really great trade there out of the Chicago Hunted, as you'll see that, and also just the timing that was very close to being capped was that B point. That was a good round there out of the Paris Letdowns. They're not out of this fight at all, but it is a tough situation. They're down 2-0 in the round count. They're down 2-0 in the series. Bless does have an artillery, so that can shut down a Paris Letdown push pretty quickly. And it looks like they're saying, you know what, let's all hit B. They're not going to expect it. They'll never see it coming.
I would do it. Honestly, at this point, you just YOLO it. So what needs to happen here is essentially a full sale from Paris, right? You're down 2 on the control. You're down 2 maps. You need to win the next, 3. So it's very important for Paris to try and not lose hope, especially when it gets to this point. A lot of teams tend to continuously, or at least teams that are ahead, they'll lose focus because they're like, oh, this is easy. We won this already.
Yeah, you're not wrong at all. As you start to think, you know what, we're up 2-0. Like, we got this. Why even bother calling out anymore? But disgusting. Justin picks up a disgusting 2-piece right there.
He put away the ACOG.
Yeah, with the red dot sight as well. Those are those close range fights that you were talking about, not being able to have as easily with the ACOG. And now it looks like Paris is set on getting this B control rather, but as I say that, they're going to get a tick on A in a moment here. If Justin picked up that kill, Bless, the only person left alive right now on that A site, is going to get a second, and I do believe that tick did not come through on A.
Pulse, this is a disgusting kills there.
Pulse.
He's been just having some really, really nasty sequences in terms of 2 pieces, 3 pieces. And it's been very nice to watch, but what needs to happen is Florida needs to play a little bit more together. They're playing a little split. You got 2 on A, 2 on B. Right now, it looks like they're coming to help him out, but no one's covering his back.
Yeah, unfortunately there from Paris, is they are just... That was a bit of an unfortunate situation. They did not have the reinforcements we're going to. I will say they did get that streak out of Blessed. They did have him calling the artillery there. So that is now something that is off the table. I believe only 1 kill came from that. Obviously, the map control is more crucial usually when you call in a streak like that. But gonna see now a 1v2 situation here on that A site. Pulse looking for William, who's playing Ring Around the Rosie. gonna fall eventually, and it's 15-8 in live count. Make it 15-7, and this is a doable round here for the Paris Letdowns, as they do have 2 ticks onto both of the sites. But there's very little in terms of map control, and only 1 respawn remaining here for the team. And that was a crucial gunfight that Pulse just won out of spawn there. But drop shots, you can't be taking that fight alone. Look, the Paris Letdowns are so spread out right now.
Yeah, I think what happens here is Paris needs somebody to go huge, and I think they heard him breaking this glass. And Eddie is going to get taken out. And just kind of like from looking at what at the mini map, instead of pushing this B site together, and there's the 1 life left for drop shots, instead of pushing that B location together, they kind of like split apart, where one was watching open, one was watching in front in terms of like basketball court, the other one was watching money, and there was only 1 person on the hill. So, or on the point, and it makes it very difficult to try and get that last tick if it's just 1 person, because it's like now you're giving